Hi, it's Maggie here. Okay, this time I brought you outside again and I'm more prepared because I propped you on a rock before I started the video. So I don't have to move you around. So welcome to my little sanctuary. It is a little chilly and I brought gloves. But first, let's take a deep breath together. And I brought some Palo Santo as well. I hope it's not too windy for this. Setting my coat on fire, you know? So if you just want to close your eyes just for a few seconds. And I'm going to try to light this. Yay! Do you hear all the birds? Okay. So as I'm lighting this Palo Santo, just close your eyes for a minute and receive the smoke and take a big exhale. Just drop into your body and take that little moment of, a moment of exhale. Just no matter what you were doing before and what you still have to do today, just take a breath with me in nature and listen to the birds and a rooster. It's not mine. Our chickens are too close to the house to have a rooster because they will just wake you up every morning. So I am coming to you today because I wanted to talk a little bit about integration of healing, right? Oh, here we go with the Palo Santo. Let's leave that right there for us. And the thing with healing, I always have really cold hands. So the thing with healing is it always takes a little bit of time to integrate that into our lives, right? It is not so much about we're fixing, we're just going deeper into our essence, our truth, and that's what I mean with integration. It's like the unfurling. It's the unfurling of the rose or a flower or an onion, right? I always like to use flowers instead of onions. But that's what you're essentially doing. Integration and healing is not so much fixing because we're not broken, right? I say that all the time. We're not broken. We're just getting deeper into our truth. And sometimes that means letting things fall away, and sometimes that means adding new things into our daily lives, right? So last week I shared a little bit about the past life regression that I had recently, and it's really explained. It was very profounding to me. I didn't realize how big of an impact it actually had for me, and that's again that integration, right? It explained a lot of feelings of loneliness, like feeling like an outsider, not fully belonging anywhere. And that video, by the way, it's still in the group, so you can look for it in the Moon Goddess Temple or on my YouTube channel if you'd like to watch it. I just explain what the experience was like, so if you'd like to see it, it's still there. And what it really made me realize is that those feelings, they're basically based in fear, right? Of not being seen or being lonely or abandonment or whatever it may be. There's no need for me to fully analyze it and go really deep into the story of it. Because I've come to realize that it is my higher self's journey that I am now walking out in this lifetime, right? And that realization made it really possible for me to detach from those wounds, right? Those deep wounds that we're carrying around through lifetimes. And those wounds are really the deep primal wounds of separation that we all carry to some degree. And over the years, the word connection kept on popping up for me. That's what's important for me. And through this past life regression, I realized that yes, I probably never really felt truly connected like that. Maybe I have, I don't know. But in this lifetime, it feels like it is very important to me to feel a connection to all that is. Like, I can see, looking back throughout my life, I always had these spiritual, moments or little awakenings here and there. And then it really started a few years ago. But it was always about finding a deeper connection to all that is. And the feelings of that I'm not alone in this, right? And now that has really manifested into sisterhoods, which is really beautiful. And that's also one of the reasons why I, of course, created the Moon Goddess Temple. And that was a big aha moment for me, right? That all these past lives, or the ones that I went to in this regression, were all part of that, and they're all part of my higher self's journey to heal, and they're not necessarily mine in this lifetime, and that I don't have to necessarily detach that story all the time, right? Or keep on carrying around those feelings. That's was the main message for me. So one of the things that I've been really doing is ground into nature. So as you can see, this is where I go. And I just sit with the trees. This is in my backyard. And I don't know, you can probably hear cars. But yeah, it's on our little farm. And I just go here whenever I can. When it's really cold, I don't. And when it rains, I don't. But I just go here. And I sit. I just sit with the trees and I breathe. And I try to focus on my root chakra, my lower chakras, to feel that feeling of connection, right? That safety, that we are so supported. We are nature. We are part of nature. And over time, I really started to feel those surges of nature's abundance and cycles and connection through my entire body. And with that, it became also, and then combined with the past life regression, it became really safe to release some of those deep-rooted fears in my lower body that we're carrying there, right? That's where we store them. Like, it becomes safe to then give them away, to let Mama Gaia recycle them for us. And it became a really beautiful practice because I was able to then see that I can detach from them and I don't have to carry that around anymore, like I said, right? Yeah, so it's a really beautiful practice, and I invite you to, if you can. That connection with nature is really nourishing. It's very like that slow energy of Mama Gaia. We're tuning into her seasons, her abundance, right? We are her as well. Like, if you look at all the sprouts coming up right now, the leaves, the trees, everything is going to start blooming shortly. There's always that abundance. And then when we look at ourselves, our hair, our nails, our cells, our organs, we are always expanding and growing just like that as well. And then, it comes with death as well. Our cells are always renewing, and nature is always renewing, but there's always more and more and more and more. So I don't know, that just makes me feel connected to all that is. That it really made me feel like, yes. That feeling, like that exhale of knowing, the exhale of knowing. So connection is what I have always looked for, and of course, I found it within. and through the earth and the moon. Sensuality practices, getting back into my body. Body work, healing, like what I just said, giving it away. Just give those fears away and those wounds. Ask for them to be cleared. Always have help, right? Praying, like sometimes I sit here and I just talk to the trees and to the universe, and I say my like affirmations, prayers, whatever you want to call it. Meditation is a big one. So meditation is key for everyone. I really truly believe that. My yoni egg really tuned me in, connected me deeper to myself and my lower body, right? Those lower chakras. Like I can go on and on, right? These are, over the years, all of those tools and practices helped me step into that knowing of deep connection to all that is, to myself, which I am everything, and so are you, right? And I'm not alone. We are never alone. And yeah, that's one of the things that I do with women, right? And it takes courage to keep on going deeper into that. And like, I'm not done by any means, right? The onion, the flower, the unfurling, that unpeeling, it never ends. It never ends. It make it easier, and yeah, it would probably get easier, but it never ends for no one. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty, because you get to create your own unique practices around that. And yeah, you're just embodying your true self, your higher self's soul journey, right? And this is really a daily practice for me. I really try to work on this every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. I try to connect with nature, or I journal, I meditate every day, or I may say a little prayer, or like I practice with my yoni egg, you know. This is a daily practice, and I am using practices that have worked for me over the years. So that is my invitation for you as well. What works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you, right? We're all on our unique journeys, and that is my message as well, for you to tune into that. So I hope this inspires you to dive deeper into that as well and see what this looks like for you. Can you relate, or do you see it all completely different? Like, just tune into that for yourself, how that feels. And if you'd like to let me know. I would love to hear. So this is a daily practice, right? Because like, I'm tired of carrying around heaviness. I really have a strong feeling that I am meant to release during this lifetime, clear it away. And yeah, like, clearly I'm here doing this, and I'm here sharing it with you, so it does feel very aligned. And it's just beautiful how just some things that happen to us, or things that we sign up for or decide to do in our lives, like the past life regression, really gives us those really deep aha moments and will help us go deeper. And yeah, and then I also wanted to mention those feelings of not belonging, right? I am sure a lot can relate. And I was thinking about that this morning as I was thinking about sharing this with you. Like, well, like, I belong in my body right now. I belong on the earth right now. I came here, like, I chose to be here, so I belong here. I belong in my family. I belong, like, with my friends or with my partner. And still, it can feel like you can have those feelings of disconnection and feeling like an outsider still, right? But now that I know that, I can actively heal that, right? I can heal that from that bigger soul journey perspective, and by grounding into nature. And yeah, I wanted to share that with you today. The sun's coming out. It's so beautiful. It's actually warming up now too. It feels so good. Okay, so What else was I going to share with you today? Oh, yeah. Pisces. So, I don't know if you're into astrology or if you read much about it. We had 5 planets in Pisces recently for a while. And we're now in Pisces season, right? I'm a Pisces. I feel like I'm the embodiment of a Pisces person. I know it's not only about your sun sign, but I'm a Pisces, guys. And it's really interesting because how this links to our journeys as well. Because Pisces, it can feel like that dreamy, floaty, otherworldly disconnection, right? You can feel like you're just in your own little world dreaming. So I really do think that this contributed to the whole feelings that I shared earlier, right? And now tomorrow some planets are moving. I think it's Venus and Mars or Neptune. I'm not quite sure. I read it yesterday. But they're moving into Aries, right? So Aries, for me, it feels a little uncomfortable because I'm like that floaty, watery sign. But Aries is that warrior, is the claimer of the self, right? So with this integration of these deeper wounds or fears or deeper emotions of that I've been having throughout lifetimes now, it seems, Aries is going to give me that opportunity to claim that for myself, to claim myself as healed, to claim myself like, yes, I'm doing this for me, and that's enough right now. So that transition from all those planets in Pisces and now some of them moving into Aries, it just incorporates that a little bit deeper for me as well. Because I like to, it's another thing of feeling connected, right? So connecting with astrology makes me feel more connected as well to the bigger picture. So I was going to share that with you. Yeah, it is so interesting when you start to detach, from what is going on within yourself and just keep on going and keep on choosing how you want to feel. So with that, let me just try to burn a little bit more Palo Santo for you, and then I'm going to leave you with that. And I would really love for you to share if this resonated with you or not at all. Like, I would love to hear that too, actually, your perspective. I invite you to look into your own life, like how this shows up in your own life or how it has shown up before and what you learned from it, what your takeaway was. Okay, it's too windy for the Palo Santo right now. And I don't know if you saw, I'm going to be doing sister circles. So if you're interested, you can find all the information maggieswisdomcircle.com/sister_circle. I would love to sit in circle with you guys. I feel I'm being called to do that right now. So, okay, it's working. It's blowing the other direction though, but you're receiving this. All right. I love you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.